challenge. I did do an extended video on the other channel, so if you want to go see the whole video, it's in detail. It's like 20 some minutes long, so it's gonna go through the whole layout. So here is the challenge, a lumber challenge. I don't have no engine on here. I'm still doing some track test, and there's a lot I still have to do, but let's do a quick update on what's going on. So, lumber challenge for y'all, build a wood train. Doesn't matter what it is, I am challenging you all to build a wood train, and hopefully you can upload it before the end of the day so I can see it while I'm at work. Hey, hello. What about the box car? It's sitting right there. I'm finna get ready to send it out. Anyway, so here we go. Starting with Black Rock. It's only one way in, one way out. And it holds about, this track can hold up to 10 to 15 cars. So, hopper tank cars on this end of the crossover. On this end is the Black Rock cars and the wood chip cars, which is going into Jac Technologies, which is now going to be a furniture supplier or produce furniture. So it's going to take the wood chip cars, the all-door box cars, and some of the box cars, which will be the Frisco's and that Southern Pacific. So it's only going to get 3 cars. That's it. Next, we have Dilly Logistics, which is a logistic transfer. It's going to be a point-to-point with, what did I have it with? I had it with the lumber mill, which is not the lumber mill no more. It is now which it used to be a transfer, logistic transfer. The other building I got somewhere that I'm going to have to put on here, so it's going to be a point-to-point for there. And it just dawned on me, there's the building right there, so I got to figure out where to put that. So Harwick Feeds is going to be a point-to-point. And there's only one track that goes from Dilly Logistic. It's in there, and it goes all the way down there to that switch. And that's pretty much it on that. One way in, one way out. And you cherry pick on back there on the switch using the main to switch out your cars. So a lot of work to do those 2 jobs. It's not a quick job, trust me. Next, we cleared that wall, which is on the main. So let's go back on the inside of the closet. Off of the main, we used to have Jac Technologies over there. TXI processing will be over here. It's in the living room on the shelf, and I got to bring it in here. And here's all the extra track that I never did use. Go figure. So I was able to get 3 tracks in here going through the hole. This is where the other lumber mill is. And like I said, it will get the bulkhead flat cars and the all doors, and it will not get the wood chip cars. So that'll let y'all know. On the back side of the yard, let's do this. We got to do this because I got to get out the door. On the back side of the yard, there's the yard switch, and there's track going to track 1. It comes around. It's track 2 and track 3. Track 2 is supposed to be all box cars. Track 2 is supposed to be all hoppers. Track 3 is all box cars. Track 1 is supposed to be all tank cars, and it goes pretty far down. It's not the size that I wanted, which is fine right now. I'm not going to change it. It'll work. But right off the 3rd switch is this yard lead, or this small juncture going into a main, which goes into the engine facility that I finally was able to put on here. Here's the engine facility. And then there's 2 tracks coming off. Track 1 will curve, and that's the lumber track. It'll go in through over here. That's that track. The second track goes into Jac Jac transfer, which is a transfer of resin from hopper to the tandem trailers that Roy got for me. And I got like 4 or 5 of those damn things. And now I got to find them all. And then the final track switch will tie in here and here to the engine facility. So got that going. All right, now we got one side of the layout done. Like I said, on the other page, I go into extended. It's a very, very long video and explains everything. Here's the switch. And there is a switch down there, and that is the siding or the staging for rail cars to go into Chalabi and the lumber mill. Well, actually, mostly Chalabi. The lumber mill has its own track, and I'll explain all that in a second. Okay, so service crew, the long haul crew will drop rail cars into this storage area. It'll pick up the empties and loaders and drop off loaders and empties and set them to this siding. These 2 engines, which runs this whole side of the layout, its main job is to switch out the lumber mill, Chalabi Chemicals, Calvin Curtis Food Processing, and the other part of the chemical plant, which chemicals are piped from there to there. Think about it. You get it. All right, so let's start up there, off the switch. This line here goes in to track 1. This is where all the empties are loaded. No loaded cars, only empties go in this track here. And the reason why is because we want to separate out empties from the loaded, which are all out here either on this track or being dragged up on this track. This is a staging track for the loadeds. This is for the empties. And then down here, these are all empties until they get sent into the building to be loaded. The train will drag the whole damn train out, switch it out, set the loadeds on one side, and then shove the empties back in. Why am I explaining this to y'all? Y'all supposed to learn. I'm not telling y'all every damn thing. And then there's the salt cars. The salt cars are sitting on track 3. So you got 2 tracks for the resin, 1 track for the salt, and then the loading of the liquid resin, and foam resin. Now, let me explain this. No, I'm not going to explain that because it's a lot complicated the way it sounds. So just remember, these are liquid tank cars for liquid resin. Anyway, so this track here is for the liquid resin. The loaded cars are sitting up there to be sent out. The empty cars are back here being loaded. So this track is split into 2 sections, the loaded and the empty. Pretty much the same thing over here, but we got loaded empty cars on track 1 and loaded cars on track 2. And then we got both loaded and empty for the tank cars on track 3. So y'all pretty much get that. Now, here's the other track. Here's track 2, which is going separate. This is the only way into this lumber mill. It's only one way in, one way out. And one section, this track here and this track here is a loading dock, is loading down there under the awning. It gets all door box cars, it gets the wood chip box cars, and it gets the bulkhead flat cars. It gets all 3 cars, okay? There is a limit to where these cars can be loaded because we have to come off and go the other way to Calvin Curtis Food Processing, and to the refinery unloading. So, like I said, there is a lot going on here. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like I said, I took everything that I had in 20 minutes and dropped it down to 10 minutes. There is still a lot of work to be done. I can't put scenery down until I do a track test and make sure everything is up to par before I drop any scenery. I do not want to drop any scenery until I know this damn thing is going to run real good. I'm not going to rush this scenery on here. And trust me, I already got the scenery down there. And I just put these shifts in the other day. Now I built some more shifts today because I want more room and and a lot of space. As you can see, there is no peninsula in this son of a gun. I got 2 chairs. I got 3 chairs in here for everybody to come and sit down and enjoy themselves, to relax. Because, hey, who wants to stand up all day? I got stools for everybody to come over, and you're not going to be disappointed with this layout. You will not be disappointed. The ideal is to let y'all come over when you want, play on the layout, get a good feel for it, and don't be overwhelmed with a lot of switching. So once you get done, you get the hell out. You got to go. I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, but yeah, it's been quite a challenge. I haven't done my bedroom yet because I'm gonna paint it when I get a chance. After I get everything situated in here, then I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna tackle my bedroom and paint the walls and get all that cleaned up. And it's gonna be an actual nice bedroom. But y'all, this layout, for it to be on the 18-inch tables all the way around with the 18-inch peninsulas, with this one right here, this one right there, and there. And I'm planning on putting that one up somewhere over there in the corner for Navco oil for the tank cars, because I got to get that on here. It's been quite a challenge. But don't forget the challenge, the wood lumber train, the lumber train challenge. Say that 3 times quick. That is the challenge for the week. Y'all get off your butts and get back in your train rooms. I know it's summertime and I know everybody don't want to do anything. Get back in your train rooms and let's get back to work. So that's it in a nutshell. Like I said, I took half of the time to do this. On the other page is the update. It's like 23 minutes long, and it covers pretty much everything and a little bit more in detail. And then again, it might not, because I'm trying not to explain all the switching operations until I actually do them live, so y'all can see how it's done. So that's about it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this update. Like I said, go to the other page. The extended version is on the other page until the end. I will not be live until I get the CTI on here running, the automated system on here running. And plus, I want to have complete control of the layout. If Joe Rader is in here, I will be calling you so you can get the key to the layout, because I forgot there is a new key. There's the Wi-Fi that I finally got in here. So there's a new key and everything. So until then, guys, thank y'all very much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this. So until then, hopefully I'm shooting for Friday for y'all to watch the layout run in the automated system. So until then, y'all take care. Bye.